The arena lights burn hot, the crowd noise swelling into a constant roar, but inside the ropes there is a different kind of silence. The kind that comes when one fighter begins to understand that he is standing across from something extraordinary. Terence, Bud, Crawford doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. He doesn't waste movement. He studies, calculates, and then, almost casually, dismantles. Watching him fight is less like witnessing a contest and more like watching a master craftsman at work, every motion deliberate, every adjustment meaningful, every punch part of a larger design that only he can fully see. By the time the later rounds arrive against Shawn Porter, the statistics already hint at what the eyes confirm. Crawford holds the edge in power punches, accuracy, and control of distance. The bodywork begins to show its effects, subtle at first, then undeniable. A short uppercut lands clean, the kind of punch that doesn't always look devastating in real time but echoes through a fighter's nervous system seconds later. Porter, known for relentless pressure and physicality, suddenly hesitates. That hesitation is all Crawford needs. Early in the 10th round, he finds the opening, drops Porter, and from that moment the entire tempo shifts. Crawford doesn't swarm recklessly. He probes, measures, and waits for confirmation that the damage is real. When the combinations come, they arrive with surgical precision. A lead left, an overhand right, compact shots threaded between Porter's attempts to respond. The accuracy is breathtaking. Then comes the moment that defines the fight. Porter's own father, standing on the apron, waving it off. The stoppage isn't just a victory. It's a statement. Crawford hasn't merely beaten a top contender. He has broken him down so convincingly that the decision to end it comes from within Porter's own corner. This pattern repeats itself across opponents and divisions. Against Kell Brook, the early rounds are competitive on paper. Punch counts nearly even, but the deeper story unfolds in positioning. Crawford's lead foot placement becomes the key, stepping outside Brook's stance, creating safe angles, opening lanes for counters. When the right hand finally detonates, it's the culmination of tactical groundwork laid minutes earlier. Brook goes down, and Crawford senses the finish instantly. He is one of boxing's most ruthless closers, not because he throws wildly, but because he recognizes vulnerability faster than anyone else. He escalates pressure in controlled bursts, forcing mistakes, punishing them immediately. The stoppage feels inevitable long before it arrives. There is something uniquely unsettling about Crawford's adaptability. Orthodox or southpaw, forward or backward, aggressive or patient. He flows between styles mid-fight, sometimes mid-exchange. Opponents struggle not only with his physical tools but with the constant recalibration required to face him. Kavaliauskas learns this the hard way. Crawford invests in the body early, digging shots that don't always draw cheers but slowly erode resistance. Once the guard drops even slightly, the head becomes the target. A sudden uppercut explodes through the center, snapping the challenger back, followed by the finishing surge that showcases Crawford's composure under pressure. Even when moments appear competitive, the trajectory always bends back toward Crawford's control. He adjusts, solves, and then dominates. Jose Benavidez Jr. enters with confidence, believing his moment has arrived, but over rounds the technical gap becomes impossible to ignore. Crawford's fundamentals remain tight. Chin tucked, balance centered, eyes locked on every movement. Benavidez searches for opportunities, throws combinations, tries to create momentum, but Crawford reads everything. When he backs Benavidez to the ropes late, the tension builds. A single perfectly timed shot changes everything, dropping him and igniting the crowd. Crawford doesn't rush the finish recklessly. He stalks, calculating angles, then unleashes a final right hand that ends the night emphatically. The message resonates. Patience plus precision equals inevitability. The Jeff Horn fight represents a different kind of proving ground. Horn is the reigning champion, physically strong, relentless, willing to absorb punishment to give it. But Crawford approaches the challenge like a puzzle. Early dominance establishes control, and as rounds pass, Horn's resistance becomes less strategic and more survival-based. Observers debate how long a corner should allow punishment to continue, weighing pride against long-term health. Crawford, meanwhile, remains locked in execution mode. Sharp left hands, hooks, and uppercuts accumulate damage. When the knockdown finally arrives, it's the tipping point. Crawford pours on pressure, forcing the stoppage and claiming another world title. The victory elevates him, not just another belt, but confirmation that his skill set translates across divisions against champions. Against Julius Indongo, the performance borders on clinical perfection. Indongo is himself a unified champion, yet Crawford treats him like an unsolved equation he already knows the answer to. The left uppercut splits the guard repeatedly, exploiting defensive gaps with ruthless efficiency. Then comes one of the most memorable body shots in modern boxing. A perfectly placed punch that folds Indongo where he stands. He collapses, unable to beat the count. Crawford becomes undisputed champion, standing alone at the top of the division. The accomplishment isn't just historical. It reflects total domination over elite competition. Even in earlier career moments, like the battle with Yuri Ortiz Gamboa, Crawford's resilience and adaptability emerge. Gamboa's speed and aggression create chaos, and for perhaps the first time, Crawford experiences genuine adversity. There are moments where his legs appear uncertain, where exchanges grow messy, where the outcome feels less predictable. But adversity reveals character. Crawford regains composure, recalibrates distance, and begins landing heavy counters. Knockdowns accumulate, each one shifting momentum further. By the end, Gamboa is overwhelmed, dropped repeatedly until the referee intervenes. The fight becomes a turning point, proof that Crawford can survive danger and emerge stronger. What separates Crawford from many champions is not just talent but cognitive speed. He processes information during combat at an elite level, identifying patterns, weaknesses, and timing cues almost instantly. Opponents may start with a plan, but Crawford dismantles it piece by piece. If they pressure, he counters. If they retreat, he cuts the ring. If they adjust stance, he mirrors or exploits. His punch selection evolves throughout fights, often beginning with data collection before escalating into targeted destruction. Analysts frequently describe him as a thinking fighter, but that phrase undersells the complexity. He is simultaneously strategist, technician, and finisher. Power also plays a crucial role. Crawford doesn't always appear explosive in the traditional sense, yet his knockdown ratio speaks volumes. The force comes from timing, leverage, and accuracy rather than sheer muscular output. He lands punches opponents don't see, at angles they don't expect, when their weight distribution leaves them vulnerable. That combination multiplies impact. Fighters who seem stable suddenly collapse. Guards that appear secure suddenly open. The unpredictability magnifies psychological pressure, forcing opponents into hesitation. By decision, by knockout, by tactical dismantling, or by sudden explosive finish. The uncertainty lies only in the method, never the direction. As the crowd noise fades and highlights replay across screens, one truth remains clear. This is what elite perfection in boxing looks like. Precision blended with aggression, intelligence fused with instinct, composure combined with ruthless intent. 40 wins, 0 losses, multiple divisions conquered, champions defeated, contenders overwhelmed, not through luck or favoritism, but through a level of skill that few fighters in any era have reached. So the real question moving forward isn't just how long Crawford can remain unbeaten, but who, if anyone, possesses the tools to truly challenge him. Can anyone solve the puzzle he presents? Can anyone disrupt the rhythm that has carried him to the top? Or will the legend continue to grow, fight after fight, until history itself becomes his only remaining opponent? Let me know what you think. Who poses the biggest threat to Crawford right now? And where do you rank him among the greatest fighters of this generation? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments, because the conversation